Hello everybody, this is a basic fire awareness course for colleagues working at a Heyshire school. We would ask you to take note of the information in the slideshow today and also to think about the things that you can implement in your everyday practice. So the session is going to help us to understand the importance of fire safety in schools, identify potential fire hazards and how to take preventative measures, respond effectively to fire emergencies, and use the right fire extinguisher for the class of the fire. I'm going to start by watching a short video. When I watch that video, it makes me think about our colleagues at Pembury House Nursery School and how a devastating effect had on their school. So fire needs three things to start: the air around us, heat, light, matches, cigarettes, something that's going to spark the fire, and then fuel to keep the fire running. And as you're well aware, in all of our schools, there are lots of things that are combustible. There are potential hazards in our schools. They could be found in the learning environments, outside, in our kitchen, in our offices, in the corridors. And we need to be mindful of these in our everyday practice. You might have thought about some of the things that could catch fire in our schools. Obviously, we have chemicals that are stored correctly, but there may be a moment where they haven't been stored correctly. We have lots of electrical equipment in our schools. We have lots of paper, cardboard, fabrics. A lot of our furniture is made out of wood. We work with very small children who are vulnerable and that we must keep safe. In the kitchen, there are lots of items that are potential hazards in starting a fire. School fires often break out at the weekends or in buildings that are empty. They can often be the target of arson attacks. Unfortunately, we know that the fire at Pembury started after the children had left. There are two things really that we could do to prevent fires. Our schools are designated non-smoking zones, and you mustn't smoke anywhere on the site, in the car park, or within the vicinity of the school. PAT testing is carried out on all electric equipment every 2 years, and our caretakers ensure that happens. We keep the schools tidy, free of clutter, and we do have a clear desk policy. And I would ask everybody to just think about the environment they're working in at present and how that they could perhaps declutter it, tidy it, and ensure they always adhere to our clear desk policy. Fire exits are clearly marked around the school, and rubbish is cleared every day from the schools. We need to get into really good housekeeping practices to increase the tidiness around school, particularly of flammable materials like paper, cardboard, items in our woodwork areas or in our art areas. Make sure your desk is clear. Any shelving units in your working area are clear and tidy and free from clutter. And I'd like everybody after half term to engage in these processes. Unfortunately, despite best efforts, fires do sometimes break out. So we need to know what to do if they happen. So it's important that we raise the alarm immediately. There are break glasses around the school, and if you haven't noticed them before, I suggest you look where your nearest break glass is, from the place that you work within the school. And then as you're moving around the school in the next week, just keep your eye out for them and look where they are, because you never know when you might need them. You can activate the fire alarm system if it doesn't go off automatically, and you break the glass and push the button. It's important that we evacuate the building immediately with children, staff, and visitors. And without alarming the children, we could call out fire. Children, staff, and visitors must go immediately to the muster point and must not re-enter the building. At this point, the fire brigade will have been alerted. It's really important that everybody stays calm and quiet where possible. We need to escort the children calmly to the assembly point or muster point. Don't stop to take any items with you. Remain calm, don't run. Collect the paper register from the admin team and follow the main routes out of the school to the fire assembly point. Our fire marshals, who have also received training, will direct from here. Now, there are a number of fire extinguishers located around the school. You are not required or expected to use a fire extinguisher. You only use a fire extinguisher if it's safe to do so, you feel confident doing so, and it doesn't put anybody in any danger. It's really important to remember fire extinguishers are not meant to tackle out of control blazes, but they're a good preventative measure if a fire has just started to stop things from getting out of control. There are many different types of fire extinguishers. Water extinguishers that have a red label, which are from combustible materials such as paper, card, wood, etc. Foam extinguishers, which have a cream label, and they're for flammable liquids. A CO2 extinguisher with a black label, they're for electrical fires. And wet chemical extinguishers, which have a yellow label, which are used for cooking oils. And a powder extinguisher, which has a blue label. They're used for all types of fires. This is a simple table for you to look at. And do remember that you're not expected to use a fire extinguisher unless you feel confident to do so and you feel that you can do it, and it's not going to cause anybody any harm. So a few scenarios for you. Carelessness in the kitchen has led to a small fire in a frying pan. What extinguisher might you use? The yellow one, that's right. A faulty laminator has led to a small fire in the admin office. Which one should you use? Yeah, the black or the blue. We're going to watch a short video about fire extinguishers now.
Choose the right type of extinguisher for the fire. Look for this on the label and on the stand. Start by pulling out the pin. This will break the safety tag. Stand well back, then aim the extinguisher towards the base of the fire. Most extinguishers have a hose-like pipe, which you can hold to aim it. If you're using a CO2 extinguisher, for example on an electrical fire, aim the horn at the base of the fire and then let go of it. Be careful. CO2 is very cold and could burn you if you touch it. Squeeze the lever to release the contents of the extinguisher. Sweep the extinguisher from side to side, always aiming at the base of the fire. Remember not to touch the horn of a CO2 extinguisher. Just move the cylinder from side to side. Remember, each extinguisher comes with instructions printed on its stand and cylinder to help you. You can also remember the steps by thinking pass. Pull out the pin. Aim at the base of the fire from a safe distance. Squeeze the lever. Sweep from side to side.
Now remember, pass. Pull out the pin. Aim at the base of the fire for a safe distance. Squeeze the lever. Sweep from side to side. Sorry, everybody. Let's get back on track. So remember, most fires are preventable, and the best way to fight a fire is to not let it start. If you discover a fire, activate the alarm if it hasn't been done already. Alert others nearby you and follow the evacuation procedures. Always treat fire drills as real. Know the evacuation plan. Use a fire extinguisher if you feel safe and confident to do so. Remember, pass. Pull out the pin. Aim at the base of the fire from a safe distance. Squeeze the lever and sweep from side to side. You can find the policies and procedures of the school in terms of fire safety on the school's shared drive. If you'd like to do some more reading, the sources of this video are here. Thank you.